Artery clogging, cancer causing, heart attack waiting to happen. If you eat bacon, it will kill you. And lots of other BS said about bacon, all based on media nonsense stories that nitrates cause serious health problems. It's just not true. And in fact, it could make you live longer if you eat bacon. Lots of bacon. Keep watching to find out more. Hello and welcome. So, if you follow a keto or low carb diet, a big part is bacon and pork. Use this in lots of the recipes. It's not just very efficient for diet purposes and losing fat, it's actually healthy to eat as well. Now, the original study that said nitrates in bacon will cause cancer and are so bad for you, so avoid bacon at all costs, has since been totally discredited by peer reviews and subsequent studies showing the exact opposite to be true. By the way, don't take my word for it, I'm not even a doctor. I do practice alternative therapies. My core area has been and is hypnosis. Now, how this qualifies me to make bold statements is really by simple research. And more importantly, having the ability to have an open mind to all possibilities. Now, unfortunately, we live in a society where one untruth can become fact if it is said enough times, and if it's pushed mainly in the media, this will help it happen. So I've put some of the research papers I've used below if you'd like to read in detail. But really, the fact is that the more recent research suggests nitrates to be beneficial, especially for your immunity and heart health. So let's look a bit deeper at this. Let's concentrate on nitrates, which is the big part used to say how bad bacon is. It's those nitrates that's hidden in the bacon. The reality is the vast majority of nitrate exposure we get is from endogenous sources within our own body. So in normal speak, we produce our own nitrates in huge amounts that we could never obtain from food sources. Our own saliva, spit, accounts for up to 90% of the exposure we have to nitrates. 90%. So, even if this was not the case, but it is, the bad old bacon is not even the primary food source for nitrates. Vegetables are. If you look at celery or beets or cruciferous vegetables such as cauliflower and broccoli, they all have more nitrates naturally within them than you would get from eating over 300 slices of bacon. Nitrates is not the problem. It's really not the problem. It would be if you ate 300 slices of bacon in one go though. But it wouldn't be from the nitrates. In fact, studies have shown now that we benefit from nitrates. There's even medication in the making to be given to those with high blood pressure as a way of reducing that blood pressure. It's also beneficial for our cardiovascular and immune functions, along with sickle cell and circulatory disorders. Now, even if the nitrates have been proven to be harmful, our cured meats are not even a significant source of nitrates. The USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, only permits 120 parts per million in processed meats, hot dogs and bacon. That's at the time I researched this. Now, the curing process that meats go through, most of the nitrate forms nitric oxide, which binds to iron. This gives the bacon its characteristic pinky colour. After the process, only 10 parts per million of nitrate are left. Allowed up to 120 parts according to the USDA. But if you think, well, to be on the safe side, I'll just eat the so-called nitrate-free bacon or hot dogs. They say these are produced using natural sources. Natural sources being celery, beet juice and salt. They're no more nitrate free than standard. If things were equal and measured so, then they actually contain more nitrates, because there's more nitrates in these products, the celeries and beet juice, but they're cured using the so-called natural sources, which are not put in there. So, make your own judgment on that. Okay, so now let's say we have ingested food containing nitrates, and we do ingest food that contains nitrates, even if it is through our cauliflower or our broccoli. Ingested nitrate gets converted as it makes contact with our saliva, and from this 25% gets converted to salivary nitrite, 20% into nitrite, and the rest is urinated out in less than 5 hours of entering our bodies. Anything absorbed into our bodies has such a short half-life, and it leaves our blood in less than 5 minutes. Some that makes it through to our stomach then reacts with the contents and forms nitric oxide, which could have beneficial effects to our health. Generally, the majority of science facts say that nitrates and nitrites are not the problem and are more likely to be of benefit to your health. The original review of the evidence that suggests otherwise, and that nitrates are carcinogenic, say that the absence of the carcinogenic nitrosamine precursor establishes that there is no carcinogenesis. It is also shows no association with causing stomach cancer. Bit of a mouthful, but what it's saying is it doesn't do what they were saying it was doing. Nitric oxide has been shown to have beneficial vasodilator properties to modulate platelet function within your blood, improve blood pressure and heart attack risk, as well as boosting the immune system. So to conclude and put into normal words, as I'm not a scientist but help people with health problems, many of the problems being weight related, or should I say fat based problems, because I don't think you should beat about the bush when you're talking about weight. What you're wanting to lose is fat, body fat, not just from the outside but from the inside as well. Now, we can eat bacon on our keto diet, our low carb diet, which is a shame really, because you see, I feel that if the evidence was pushed forward by the media and not misinformed how it was, then the public perception would have been so different. And I'm sure many people, if they'd have then been able to go on the keto diet, because they've struggled for years with the weight, they may not have had the problems that have continued with the weight problems that they have. So I struggle a bit with how things happen when misinformation is put out there, and the effect it can have people who really do need help. The keto diet itself works and should include bacon and pork. Personally, a breakfast without crispy bacon fried just won't be the same. If you want to follow a keto diet without overcomplicating it, have a look at some free recipes in the description. There's a book there that you can actually get, and also a keto plan of action, because it can seem quite daunting, the keto diet to follow, but in reality, once you get into it, it's easy. It's easy, and it becomes part of life, because it should be just that. It shouldn't be something that rules your life, but something that you just eat as normal, and you just go about your daily life and you eat what you need to eat, and you become so much more healthier for it. And you'll eat lots of bacon as well, because we know now that it is not the bad thing that it was supposed to be. Okay, I wish you all good health and take care. From me, David H. Bye bye for now. See you in the next video.